Hello everyone, welcome to Quest IAS Academy. So today we are going to start a very brief lecture on Betham, who is a very controversial but very famous thinker in the world of moral philosophy. So before I start, I would like to start with the definition of ethics. So ethics can be defined as a branch of philosophy which helps us in deciding between what is right and what is wrong. So different philosophers, different moral thinkers, different political scientists, they have tried to give some idea on the kind of evaluation, the kind of parameter, the kind of criteria on the basis of which we can decide what is right and what is wrong. So Betham is again one of the political thinkers who has given his idea on a kind of parameter on the basis of which we can decide what is right and what is wrong. So Betham was a jurist and he starts with the nature of human being. So what Betham says that every man is concerned about pleasure and pain. Every man wants to gain pleasure and wants to avoid pain. And he says that nature has kept mankind under two sovereign masters, that is pleasure and pain. And now Betham says that pleasure is something which is very, very important in the life of a man. And a man always wants to have pleasure, and that has the status of morality. So what is the difference between Betham and previous political thinkers is that Betham has elevated the status of pleasure to the status of morality. In other words, suppose there is a man, Mr. A, and he draw pleasure by smoking, then that smoking becomes moral for Mr. A. If he draw pleasure by watching a movie, then watching movie becomes moral for Mr. A. So the thing is that Betham was criticized in very harsh terms because Betham in a way justified all the wrong acts on the basis of pleasure and on the basis of doctrine of pain. Now Betham is a person who has given extensive treatment to this pleasure, and what he says, pleasure is something which should be direct, pleasure is something which should not be followed by pain, and pleasure is something which should be very, very immediate. And for his doctrine of pleasure and pain, which is popularly known as hedonism, he was criticized by his own disciple, that is J.S. Mill, and we will study J.S. Mill after this lecture. Thank you.